Hi guys, it's me again. So yeah, here we go. And yeah, the episode, it starts off kind of like pretty intense, like tense kind of thing, as they're trying to get away from like some people and all that. Not sure how, if it relates to the very end. But yeah, it's like kind of like how some kind of introduce like someone else like watching them kind of thing. As yeah, as yeah, it's like Sid is wanting that thing, kind of like that thing that define, kind of like brings it up a notch, so they get paid just a little bit more. But yeah, after a bit of a fight and all that, with two of the patrons upstairs and all that, it's a little, yeah. Turns out to be that the person is Rex, who found out from the Martez sisters. And yeah, it's like finally got an answer to it. Like who, yeah, it's like who likely took them elsewhere so they could talk about the inhibitor chips, is like how they found, like how we found them. And yeah, because yeah, they're, as we know from like last week and all that, yeah, the Trace and Rafa did tell someone, and I was kind of like 100% certain that yeah, it may have been more, but yeah, pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. As yeah, it's like yeah, he did point out that it was dangerous to have the inhibitor chip still in, as we did see when as they went to Raqqa, as which is like a graveyard for starships and all that. That is kind of like owned by the Scrappers Guild and all that, who kind of like reminded me of Ray and all that. As like yeah, it was on Jakku, which is another place that had a healthy scrapping industry, like decades after like the Galactic Civil War kind of thing. As yeah, it's like it kind of reminds, like the whole going through the destroyed ships and all that kind of reminds me of like the missions that they went on in Rebels and all that, trying to find like rations and resources and all that in kind of like old Republic places and all bases and all that kind of thing. As yeah, Omega was also concerned. As yes, but as yeah, literally a moment later, Wrecker didn't take too well when Tech tried to take the chip out, as yeah, so like turned on as all the 66 kicked in, which is like as yes, like kind of my like Maya kind of reminded me a little bit of Ahsoka, a little bit, but yeah, a little bit more helpless and all that. As yeah, she's like a kid and a clone, not a force sensitive former Jedi kind of thing. Like not like force sensitive former Jedi Padawan kind of thing. It's one of the more insanely powerful force users in Anakin Skywalker and all that. As yeah, you can kind of see like Omega trying to sort it out, but couldn't quite get there as Rex had to come in to save the day kind of thing before they could take the chip out. But it's like I kind of have a feeling that Ahsoka may have told him how it was done, but it's like he'd never done it before like they all got the rest of them got the chips out kind of thing to be safe and all that. As it's like Wrecker did say sorry and all that, and I kind of like how we kind of like had that tradition like after the mission was completed still, even though it was like only like a small handful. And but like they parted ways and all that, but it's like I'm not sure if they knew about Rex and all that. Like I don't think so, which would kind of be like it's kind of don't think they do. It's like as that scene at the end of in like season 2, I think it was like season 2 of Rebels, like where Kanan and Rex like they had to do a little bit of research on like who Rex was before they started like torturing him and all that. Then it's like it's like at the moment it's like but the Empire is now after the Bad Batch. So that's pretty much this week's episode. As you may have seen me typing a little bit. It's because I was supposed to get like a dissertation supervisors and all that on Monday. So I can it's why we got a spreadsheet and all that for those in like the September intake. And it's like, but with me, it's like I essentially had like a load of question marks. And I was like one of only 3 people. I sent one on an email on Monday, but I haven't heard anything. So so I can try and send another email so I know what I need to do next kind of thing. It's like I'd like to know what I'm doing kind of thing. So bye for now, and I'll see you next week for episode 8.